Hello everybody, my name is Carlos Torres. I am part of a team of amazing people that make me finca, something like my farm in English. This is a musical app for smartphones about traditional farming, a cultural practice among some Afro-Colombian communities. Of course, it was a participatory design experience. This experiment took place in Villarrica, a village in the northern Cauca, a troubled region of Colombia. So, in the next minutes, we are going to explain the process and the results of this project. This app is a result of a research creation project made by a team of children from Villarrica working with social leaders from this community in the NGO called Colombia Joven, and three other academic researchers, Isabel Tobón, Andrés Nieto, and me. All work in Javeriana University in Bogota, Colombia. Northern Cauca is a troubled region where production of sugar cane in the geographical valley of Cauca River works as a form of territory exploitation. Known as the bioindustrial conglomerate of sugar cane in the Cauca River Valley, this form of exploitation has historically limited the traditional practices of Afro communities in this place. Making things worse, currently Cauca is a commercial corridor for drug trafficking connecting north and south of the continent, which has led to a process of social deterioration associated with common crime, trafficking networks, and violence. As you will see, our objective, besides the artistic value involved in the project, was to make it visible to the children we work with and our audience the territorial conflict that takes place here, and especially the role that traditional farming can have in confronting this problem. Afro communities from this region, coming from a historical process of slavery, organized themselves at the beginning of the 19th century into free communities known as palenques, places of refuge in the bush, where they found their freedom. Since then, people have created resistance expression against territory exploitation and looked for different ways of living. So, in this context, traditional Afro-Caucan farm is an alternative to the social and ecological effects of sugarcane exploitation. Afro-Caucan farm is an agrarian form of family and community work that expresses love for nature from an ancestral perspective. In a particular way, traditional farming in northern Cauca is an expression of responsible care of environment. Against all odds, resistance has persisted among the elderly, but it needs to be updated. So other languages need to be explored among young people and children to maintain this tradition. In order to achieve our goal, it was necessary to search for the memories about territorial use and care among children's families, and at the same time teach them some digital skills. So we designed a number of workshops of narrative, art, stop-motion animation, and even video game programming. Despite the expected limitations related to technology access, this experience shows us how easy children can get involved, collaborate, and carry out innovative activities with digital devices such as stop-motion animation. Based on a previous doctoral research on the social dynamics in this region, the project was developed to involve children, but in a society concentrated on adults, new strategies were needed. So, this project required the exploration of alternative languages that could connect different visions in the same place. To do it, we approach a counter-hegemonic use of technologies such as mobile apps. Together, we create tales about the conservation of their territory, stories that are absent in the traditional media that children usually consume. To achieve this goal, it was necessary to explore how participatory design could allow children to switch from a passive use of their mobile phones to creative activities, such as stop-motion animation. In addition, it was necessary to raise awareness of the defense of the territory using artistic practices like drawing and painting. With these often ignored voices, we elaborate narratives on the values shared from the traditional Afro-Caucan farm and mobilize them against the hegemonic use of digital media with the creation of a mobile app. Mi Finca was also an exercise of what Mancini calls social innovation, a collaborative design process between expert designers, in this case engineers, musicians, and the designers involved in the project, and diffuse designers, characterized by the beautiful pieces you are going to see made by children. Digital artifacts, such as Mi Finca, are part of what Henry Jenkins called participatory culture, where values of diversity and democracy circulate among the interactions between members of a community and with others, expressing themselves by using digital media. In a raising awareness phase, we arrange meetings with families and friends where children ask them about traditional farming. Later, based in participatory design techniques, several workshops on painting and narrative took place. These workshops brought back memories of traditional farming, and in a second phase of what we called interpretation phase, they inspired the creation of 9 animations. As a result of the process, we developed Mi Finca, a mobile app available for iPhones and Android devices. One of our main inspirations was a previous work called Visual Beat, an iPad application where the user has a creative experience using various instruments and voices. Mi Finca retakes this proposal with animations made by children and inspired by the traditional farm using the music of Soporte Clan, a music group from Villarrica involved in the traditional farming cause. In addition, Mi Finca also allows the user to make his own stop-motion animations using the musical structure of each song component. This is a short video showing how it works.
Esto no es de ahora, viene de atrás. Esto no es de ahora, sembrar para cosechar. Esto no es de ahora, viene de atrás. Esto no es de ahora, viene de atrás. Esto no es de ahora, sembrar para cosechar. Esto no es de ahora, viene de atrás.
Esto no es de ahora, escuchen que viene de atrás.
Esto no es de ahora, viene de atrás. Esto no es de ahora, sembrar para cosechar.
After its launch, the app has been a source of pride among the community. Putting music, children images, and speeches in motion through digital platforms, Mi Finca inserts the struggles of the territory defense into cultural networks. At the same time, projects like this one can establish links with other social organizations based on common objectives such as territorial struggle, care for the environment, or for security, for instance. Digital artifacts such as Mi Finca open up possibilities that update the forms of struggle for the territory and the defense of the life in the northern part of the department of Cauca. Technologies, which are often elements of oppression, can also be counter-hegemonic tools of resistance. So, this is it. We will appreciate any comment or question. Thank you so much.